Good morning, everybody. Farmer Dave here with Nelson Creek Farm. Don't mind me, I'm just putting the flag up on this first day of April 2024. You know what the first day of April is, don't y'all? Yeah, it's the day after Easter, where the Easter egg is part of one of the symbols of the holiday, and of course one of the main staples of the food on said holiday. You got deviled eggs, hard-boiled eggs, ham and eggs for breakfast. Yeah, you got eggs all day long. Easter egg hunt, you name it. But what do they call the day after? Huh? Any ideas? The day after Easter Sunday is known as Egg Fart Monday. Welcome back to part 2 of the new garden construction. We're going to do a little something today. We got to level out the garden area, that new garden area there in the backyard of the house a little bit. There's quite a deep dip in it. The ground where the yard was is up higher than the ground where the old chicken yard was. So we're going to dig some soil today out of the settling pond here behind me, the duck pond if you will, and we're going to haul it across over here, spread it out in the garden area and see about getting some more of that work done, like pulling out some more of those posts, moving the panels, that sort of thing. So yeah, work is going to progress today in this video on the garden. But first, when a cougar gets old and needs hearing aids, what does she become then? Does she become a deaf leopard? Oh, let's jump right into it and get going. So what we're going to do today is level out some of this rock work right here that the water has eroded during the last irrigation season. And things like this big hump right here, we're going to take it out, level it. We're going to dig into this ditch bank here along the south side of the pond where it has sloughed off, kind of clean some of that out if we can. We are still dealing with steel wire from the old spud cellar that was here. It keeps popping up every once in a while. Yeah, there's blobs of it. Here's a big chunk. So yeah, we're still dealing with some of that. We're going to make some of that go away. And yeah, we got to come down in here and clean out the bottom of this pond. It has raised up, good 6-8 inches around here. And we're going to use all of this soil out here that is filled in from the sediment from the neighbor's irrigation practices. I don't know if you can see it, but I left that 4x4 laying there. Show you kind of a little bit of an angle, and it is quite about a foot drop off or so from here up to here. Yeah, it goes uphill this way, downhill this way. So we're going to fill in this area right out here where my hand is with a little bit of soil. And as soon as we move the panel and the post and that, we will get back in here on the north side of the garage and backfill in around the foundation, because that's about the bottom of it right in there behind those weeds. Let's see if I can move some of this out of the way here. Yeah, I think there's a post hole there, but yeah, there's the bottom of the foundation. So yeah, we need to backfill in around this all the way down along there. Hey, did you hear what happened to the Easter Bunny on Easter Sunday? Yeah, he got arrested, if you hadn't heard. Yeah, so when he got before the judge on Monday, they arrested him for battery. That was the charge, yeah. Get it? Battery charge? Oh, sorry, I couldn't resist. Did I ever mention that I hate gophers? No, did I? Yeah, little buggers are back at it again out here in the orchard. Before I get going too hard and heavy out there digging out those ponds, we do have some greenery coming up, by golly. I think some of that might be pre-existing weeds and grasses from what we tilled under this spring. But there is some greenery coming up here. With all of the rain and cool temperatures and snow that we've had for the last week or so, now that it's warming up a little bit, hopefully that'll make those seeds germinate now that the ground's been moist and kind of packed in around them from the rain. And they should start sprouting up, and hopefully this will turn nice and green. Now we'll get the small counterweight put back on this tractor. That'll help keep us in balance a little bit. Yeah. Okay, we're ready to go. Let's turn that on. Get a little bit of fresh air in here. Yeah. Some of you, and I appreciate the thoughts and concerns. That armrest out of the way. We're rather, yeah, sorry to hear that I had to get a operational loan for this year. Well, don't worry about it. That's actually something that's been in the planning stages for 2 years now. Yeah, so I'm all right. In fact, when I get my taxes back this year, I'll have enough there. I can knock about 1/4 of the principal right out of the water and knock down the payments even more and shorten the payment span. So this is a good thing. So yeah, don't worry about it. It is some equipment that we've needed here at the farm for quite some time, so I'm glad to get it coming. They should have that check today or tomorrow at the latest. And yeah, we'll be seeing some new equipment here at the farm pretty quick. What I'm attempting to do here is backfill in this little trench that the water washed a little bit. I have some more of the gravel I'm going to dump in there, but for right now we're going to dig out this bank that's sloughed off a little bit and use it to fill in that low spot, and then we'll bury it. Plus, stopping to do this also gives me a chance to come out here and pick up more of that steel. Don't need that poking the tire. Now we're back heading down into the pond here for the first time today. I'm still not used to that lean that this thing does. I guess it's because I'm sitting so high up. It kind of makes me a little nervous. And but we're going to start peeling some out of the top here. Of the pond, which looks to be still fairly muddy down here in the bottom of it. That little war spot there in the ditch feeding into the pond makes this thing a little bit top heavy when we get in there and start leaning, especially when we have a bucket full of dirt like I do. Check this out. Yeah, see that bucket load of dirt? Yeah, that's way heavy. Right over here off the corner of the garage is where we're going to go with this first load. I'll pick up all the stuff that's laying here later on. Yeah, when it's too dark to film and show you what we're up to, so for now I'll just move the dirt. You got to be careful not to hug that side of the pond at first when they're first coming up out of here, because the rear tire here on this corner runs up on that bank and wants to flip the tractor over on its side. And no, I'm not going to trim back these willow tree limbs that I'm running into right now. They aren't really heavy enough to hurt anything. They're still pretty flexible. They won't be in a year or two. But that branch, the trunk is forked, so that branch those are on may end up coming off and being transplanted, not this year, but maybe next spring, over on the west end of the pond there. Little footer right on over here. Now that isn't much of a low spot right there, but it's just enough. We're going to do something with it. And that's what I'm up to today. Whee! There it all goes. Well, back for one more now. Yeah. You know, this deal with the bank and all of that, it's kind of funny in a way. At least I find it somewhat amusing that a country that gives you a credit score is itself trillions of dollars in debt and getting worse every day. Kind of amazing, isn't it? And as you can see, this whole thing is really rather quite deep. I dug a little extra deep here because the intake for the pump is over here and goes up into the pump house there. So if any sediment comes in here, hopefully it'll fill in right here again. I can dig it out again. This is one of the reasons why I bought the new LS tractor with the loader on it, is to come in here and clean out these ponds. I didn't get as much soil moved over to the garden area that I thought I was going to, but I have one more pond I need to clean out. That fairly large lilac bush is going to either stay or come out. I haven't quite made up my mind which yet. I'd like to get in here and dig it up and actually transplant it into pots and then sell it out of the pots at the roadside stand. The fence panel in behind it has to come out and go right here, attach here and run on that way through the weeds in that direction. And I need to still get some more of these. So that'll be a project yet for later this year. As for the dirt I hauled in, yeah, we need some more up along the edge of the garage over there. I need some more right in here in this area, and then right in through here. Got to bring it out, kind of smooth it, blend it all together, because there is a low spot right through here. So yeah, we'll wander over to the other pond, see if I can get some dirt out of that. And if I can get at least as much out of that other pond as I did this main duck pond for right here in the garden area, that'll be great and wonderful, because that's some good soil. It's topsoil that's come down from the neighboring farms, plenty of nutrients and fertilizers in it, not to mention probably some crayfish in with all that as well that burrowed in for the winter. So yeah, there should be plenty of nutrients in this soil. Alrighty, this is the main settling pond. The irrigation water actually comes in down there at that far end. You can barely see the pipe down there. Yeah, this pond here is every bit of 2 to 3 foot deep in sediment. And I've been slowly working a little driveway into it right here so I can get all that down there dug out and hauled over there and put in the garden area. Yeah, this is still kind of gooey right here, so hopefully I don't get the truck stuck in here, or the tractor stuck in here again like I almost did a couple months ago when I started this. Okay, here we go down into the pond. I've got the thing in 4-wheel drive. I've got the differentials locked. We'll get down in here, level out this bucket. And I'm just going to kind of skim the top of it to square up the bottom of it for now. Yeah, I don't want to take a huge amount right off the top, off the bat. We're going to just keep working this, because this first bunch here is going to be full of debris and dead fish, dead crayfish, dead whatever. Yeah, we even had salamanders, the great Idaho salamander in here. So yeah, I think we take a little bit bigger bite here. Whoop, too much. I don't want to take the front end off the ground. I do want to fill up the bucket though. There we go, something kind of like that. Okay, let's see if we can back this thing up out of here without getting stuck in this soft, moist soil here. Kind of got to move over to the far side a bit so I can turn the steering wheel. There we go. range in the transmission. And yeah, how about that? We're climbing right up out of it. There we go. Cool. But yeah, this is exactly why I bought the tractor. And we'll get this load over here to the garage. Dump it. Bring the bucket up about there. Push the bucket down into the float mode, and we'll let it back drag in the float mode, which will kind of level out some of that soil we just dumped. I'm still going to have to get in there and do a lot of work by hand up in here with a bow rake. Smooth that out and level it, pack it down a little bit. Yeah, but that's looking better. So yeah, we'll go get a couple more loads out of the first settling pond, the only settling pond really. We'll get the soil out of it, hopefully get down to that pipe that comes down and turns and pops up, and get that unburied and dug down a little bit below that, and we'll be ready to go for water for this year. Plus we'll have some soil here to level out this little section of the garden plot. Still haven't quite decided what I'm going to put over here yet. That's to come yet. That'll be in another episode. Well, as you can see, I've been working at this now for, well, about an hour or so, slowly taking down layers at a time. Yeah, I've still got to go down a little bit more. Now, we're every bit of 3 foot that we need to go down here for what sediment is built in here. I may widen this south side out a little bit and go that way some more. Don't know. There's a walnut tree growing right here, and it's not going to do anything because its roots are going to be here in the water. So yeah, it may come out when I take that out, which is all right. But yeah, I'll maybe transplant it if I can, if I don't tear it up too bad. But yeah, way back here, let me climb up over this. Down in here, what you can't see, there's a hole. And that's where the water comes up, or is supposed to come up out of it. And there's a couple of gopher holes in here. There's a hole or two that probably some crayfish have dug. Yeah, this big hump right here is from all of the dirt and sediment coming down through the irrigation system from the runoff from the neighbors up the road here. They have the mindset that their water needs to get from the top of the field to the bottom of the field in a corrugate faster than they can jump on their 4x4 side-by-side thing and run to the other end of the field. So they aren't good stewards in letting the water slowly sub in and work its way down. They want it right now done. So yeah, I've still got another 10, 12 easily bucketfuls of soil to pull out of here to finish up the garden area, and around the north side of the barn there, and the foundation of it needs some filled dirt as well. So yeah, I'm not going to bore you with all that, but yeah, I do have a lot more work yet to do here, so we'll keep at it and make it happen. Ooh, yep, there's a crayfish right there. Oh, he's alive too. Little bugger's alive. Well, we'll take him down and throw him in the pond area there. He can dig himself a new hole for a couple of weeks. Anyway, this is what I'm going to do. Let's take a bow rake, one of these things, yeah, and just rake some of this dirt and soil up here around the foundation of the garage. We'll pack it in and whatnot yet. So anyway, yeah, that's what we're going to be doing to help level this off. So this is what I'm going to do and finish up for part 2 of the garden plot build and restoration. Yeah, this garden plot won't be for produce sales. It'll be from my family and my own use. Yeah, if we're going to do the produce thing, we'll use the field out here for that. But yeah, this is what I was going to be doing. I have another one of these rigs if anybody wants to help. Yeah. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's little video on what was going on around the farm today. Today the weather is about in the mid-low 60s or so. Yeah, low mid 60s. Tomorrow we're supposed to be in the upper 60s, and Wednesday supposed to hit the low 70s. And if you think that's nice and why I'm wearing short sleeves, yeah, just wait for Friday to roll around and the weekend when it drops back down into the 40s around here again. If you don't like the weather, stay in sunny California. Yeah, don't come to Idafornia, you know, because it changes every 5 minutes. Really, it does.